Thank you for joining us here for the MSBA's new member webinar. My name is Shally Katana, and I'm the Director of Member Experience and Programs here. And I'm delighted to welcome you all here. I know we have a lot of relatively new members. We have members that have been with us for some time. Either way, we're excited to talk to you about some of the tools and resources that can help make your membership the best that it can be, particularly as we're in the pandemic and many of you are joining in and trying to stay connected by your computer. So I will walk through some of the tools and resources, and we'll have some time to have discussion and questions towards the end. But first, I would like to welcome our president, Mark Scurti, and Judge Scurti, if you'd like to take it away.
Great, thank you, Shally. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome everybody to our member orientation and about a lot of the benefits that the MSBA has in store for you. I know some of you have been members, and this is sort of a come back and get reacquainted with us a little bit about some of the programs and services that we have. Some of you are brand new, and we welcome you as our newest members of the Maryland State Bar. Our organization represents over 24,000 Maryland attorneys and paralegals across the state. And I include the paralegals as that's our newest growing area of our professional of the Maryland State Bar. So we're very proud and excited to have our paralegal members of our association. Just a quick brief story. I got involved in the Maryland State Bar when I was a young lawyer. And I had the great opportunity to kind of just get involved in some of the committees and got appointed to the Board of Governors from Baltimore City. And it was through those connections and engagements and participation that it really helped me both professionally as well as just on a personal level. I met some great attorneys, great judges, and made a lot of good connections and friendships through the State Bar. This year, as many of you know, has been challenging in many ways, and this has actually been one of the byproducts that has been very beneficial is that we can join and get together virtually from all across the state. And I know we have folks that are with us from all parts of Maryland, and that's very exciting to see. The takeaway from me to you is that you can get involved to whatever level and extent that you're interested in. We have great opportunities to participate in committee work and task forces that help to shape the policy of our profession, to make impact change to rules of the Maryland Rules of Procedure, as well as to give input on legislative changes. You're going to hear today from Shally a number of the programs and services that are available and resources that are available to you free of charge in 99% of the cases. We've offered CLE free on demand for all of our members because we recognize the impact that COVID has had economically on many of our members across the state. Your voice can be heard, and that's really a big takeaway. We had over 1,100 attorneys and paralegals send messages to their state legislatures, as well as to the governor, to try to convince the governor that attorneys and members of the legal profession should be part of the priority 1B and 1C for vaccination. As many of us represent elderly clients, vulnerable populations, in and out of jails, as well as coming now into court now that the courts have reopened. And in fact, many departments of health have heeded that our analysis and have opened up vaccinations for our legal professionals across the state. So we're very, very happy and pleased about that. This is an exciting time for the Maryland State Bar as we entered our 125th anniversary. It's kind of exciting. There'll be a lot of events in store this remaining part of this year under the new leadership of Natalie McSherry, who will be the incoming president, taking over from me in June. Also, this year marks a milestone for the retirement of our Chief Judge Mary Ellen Barbera. So I tell you these because these are some opportunities for you and your firm to get involved on some of the celebrations and the events that will take place throughout this year. So even though our bar year ends in June, the end of June, there's plenty of things that will be continuing on throughout the remainder of this year. And finally, I would just want to mention, please put February 20th to 26th, 2022 on your calendar. That is an absolute fun event. It's the mid-year excursion. We had to cancel this year for obvious reasons with COVID, but we've rescheduled it for February for a week in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It'll be at the Hotel Caribe Hilton, where they invented the first pina colada. So I hope to clink a glass with many of you or all of you. The first pina colada will be on me, but it'll be a fun excursion. We have CLE in the morning from like 9 to 11. You got the rest of the day to enjoy the island of Puerto Rico, some of the culture, the food, the sights, the sounds, or just chill out on the beach drinking their pina colada. So I hope you all put the dates, invite your friends and family. It's going to be a lot of fun for next year. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to Shelley to go through some of our programs and other types of membership benefits. Again, thank you for being a part of MSBA. Thank you for your membership. And if I can be of help in any way, please feel free to reach out to me. Shelley.
Thank you so much, President Skirty. And I just have to add that President Skirty inherited a very challenging year. And I will say he makes virtual look good and really, really fun. So we couldn't have picked a better president to lead us through this year. He's really everywhere. You know, he's almost in every single webinar. You'll see him hopping in, and we're just really thankful for his leadership. And we're so happy that he'll continue to be involved with the bar. So as I said, feel free to chime in with any questions or comments here in the chat as we walk through some of these parts of the presentation. And I would be happy to, engage in questions and discussion at the end as well. So as we think about your membership at the MSBA, it's really important to us that we represent and support you as a whole. So no matter what practice area you're coming from, we want to make sure that you're supported. We also want to make sure that we're advocating for all of the attorneys and paralegals and legal professionals in Annapolis, that your membership dues go to support a lot of our public interest programs and partners. We're also working to make sure we're supporting you for CLE programming, to further your career, to stay connected to your peers, to become a leader, not only in the MSBA, but also in the profession, and then overall to support your well-being as an attorney. And you can see that we have 30 different sections here at the MSBA. And I'd encourage you, if you haven't already signed up for a section, to go ahead and do so, to find that practice area that really speaks to you or to several. And you can join sections at any time, and they're really the lifeblood of our association. And it's a great way that you can easily connect with someone across the state or across the street from you to share resources and information. And a lot of the sections have newsletters, so you can stay up to date with what members are doing and what's the latest in your practice area. And there are also section-specific programs, some that are CLE focused and others that are exclusive to the section members. There is an opportunity in sections to join a leadership position through a section council. So even if you're new to the association, you can join that leadership role and really start to create wonderful programming and opportunities for your section. And another part of sections that's really wonderful is you have this online community and messaging that's available to you, and that's called MSBA Connect. And with MSBA Connect, what's really great is that you can engage either through your email directly if you want to receive messages that way, or on the right-hand side here, you can see this is our online platform where you can view all messages related to your section. So here I have family and juvenile law, and you can see there are questions and comments about child support hearing, pro bono protective order cases, upcoming meetings. And it's a great way, like I said, just to introduce yourself. We have so many people that just send a message to say, hi, I'm new, and everybody is there to welcome you and to offer you any help that they can. So it's another great resource. If you haven't already signed up, but you are a section member, please do go to msba.org Connect and you can get started there. We also have a lot of CLE programs, and Judge Skirty mentioned that over the last year, we've really opened this up to help and support the profession during the pandemic. So we have over 200 CLEs that are available and very easily searchable through our online portal. And we are going to continue to offer any programs that are 90 minutes or less that are on demand or live stream that will be a part of your membership, because we know so many people are impacted by the pandemic. They've lost their job or they haven't been able to get a job, or even you just have more time. So it's a great opportunity to really brush up on your skills within your practice area, or maybe to explore a new practice area to see what's out there. And for those members who need CLE credits for other states, such as Virginia, or if you're an out-of-state member, many of our programs are accredited and you can easily receive credit for any of these. In terms of content, we have really broadened what we've been offering in the last couple of years, and we have a great team here at the MSBA, as well as our volunteer leaders and our members who contribute to a whole variety of resources. And I couldn't fit everything on the page, but I did want to share with you just a few of the items that we have here. So you can see we have our quarterly bar journal, which is offered digitally and sometimes in print. And really, we look at firms, we look at members, and in this last journal, we were looking at the impact of COVID-19 on attorney mental health. So it's very up to date, and as a member, you have access to all of the prior issues as well. So I encourage you to go online and to seek those out. We also have a weekly email that's a roundup, and it will bring you the latest information and news from the MSBA, and from national sources, just so you can stay up to date about the latest events. And on the right-hand side, you'll see here a relatively new resource that I hope you'll check out. This is called our Learning Library, and the web link is right below. And this is really wonderful because you can obtain any forms and templates that are easily searchable, whether it's by topic or practice area. Let's say you wanted to look at some forms for family law, just because you're interested in that field. You could type that in and you could see everything that matches that. And you can immediately click through and access that content right away. And we update that pretty regularly with input both from our staff and from our members. So it's a really great resource. If you haven't already checked it out, please go on there, and we'd love your feedback, since that's a relatively new benefit that we're offering. And we've put together this year a comprehensive packet of our case notes, which is kind of a fun take looking at some of the most recent cases in Maryland to give summaries and commentaries. And we've put that together as a packet as a member benefit, also available on our website. So in addition to these periodic kind of publications that we have, we also do things just to support our members when we know that there's a need. So during the COVID pandemic at the beginning of last year, and as the summer went on, there was a concern as firms were reopening what that would mean. And so we have here created a reopening guide and business considerations, which was really helpful to solo and small firm practitioners all the way to large firms as they were thinking through how to open up safely. In addition, we have CLE publications. These are both digital and print. And so these are more practice focused and specific. And we have over 60 that we print per year, and we're usually adding more than a dozen new titles every year. So it's very current, and oftentimes we have faculty that have been updating titles, and they're many, many years, and they are the experts. And then other times we're introducing new titles to the mix as well. So all of this is available on our website. President Skirty mentioned the advocacy efforts that we've been involved in, and that's really a big part of membership, both indirect and directly. So we partner with the Access to Justice Commission, and they are very involved recently in the COVID-19 efforts, and they've been part of the Attorney General's task force for COVID-19, and they have actually produced a report and recommendations at the beginning of this year to help us navigate this crisis and to give some information to our leaders and data about what's going on with communities, access to justice issues, civil legal aid funding. And they are a wonderful partner that we love to work with. And we also have a legislative director, Richard Montgomery, and he is always working on advocacy issues throughout the year. And now that we're in an active legislative session, you can see on the right-hand side that you as a member can go to our advocacy page and you can click on an issue area. So here we're looking at delivery of legal services and access to justice. And you can take a look at what the latest bills are that are currently there as part of the session. And you can click through and read further comments and go to the actual bill itself. So our volunteer leaders and our staff really work to keep this information updated for you. So if you're interested in any area, we have several that are represented. You can just click into that particular field and then look at the bills that are related to that. Once a year, we also have what we call our lobby day. And we had a virtual lobby day this past January that was really engaging. And it's a great opportunity for you to learn more about how the MSBA advocates and what you can do as a member. You know, if you have to give testimony, what does that look like? And it's also an opportunity to engage with leaders and legislators who were able to join us on the call and engage with our members to talk about some of the important advocacy issues that we wanted to talk about. So in this legislative session, we've been focused on increasing civil legal aid funding, looking at the right to counsel in eviction cases. As Judge Skirty said, we've been focused on vaccine advocacy efforts for attorneys. And you can see on the right-hand side, this is a campaign that we had many members engage with to email their representatives directly. We continue to do COVID advocacy, so we connect with the judiciary and the courts, Governor Hogan's office, and other Maryland entities to make sure that our members' interests are represented, and as the courts are reopening, that it's safe for them and that everything's taken into account in terms of what our members are sending us for their feedback. And last year in 2020, we also had a very strong advocacy effort defeating the proposed taxation of legal services. So there's a lot of different ways that you can have your voice heard and that we will continue to fight for the profession. We have a lawyer assistance program that's really focused on supporting you as a whole. And what this is, it's a confidential program that is supported by your membership dues. And it's the ability for any attorney to have confidential access to counseling, mental health treatment, or substance use disorder help as well. So, there's no names, nothing is shared outside of that community. And we have a director that focuses exclusively on that. And she also works to provide well-being support to law students, judges, and professionals all over the state. So the information is here. And it's a great resource. So even if you directly are not receiving that support, there are many members that we know, especially over the last year, who have needed that support and been able to receive it as a direct result of this LAP program that we have. We also have a health and wellness portal available from our website, which has updated resources from our LAP director that can help you through these times. And Judge Skirty talked briefly about the professional excursion, which is one of our signature events. And I wanted to highlight a few others. The first that I wanted to talk about is our upcoming Legal Summit and annual meeting, which will be in June of this year. And we will be fully virtual this year, but we are very excited to be offering over 80 programs. And again, it's 65 CLE credits. So if you need CLE for any state, for any of your requirements, you can complete all of that there. And we have some exciting speakers. We have former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, NPR correspondent Nina Totenberg, and Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford. So we really encourage you, if you are looking for a great gathering and a great virtual experience, to go ahead and sign up for that, because we can't all be at Ocean City, we know, but it's nice to still stay connected so that we can all get together and learn. We also host a mid-year meeting at the beginning of the year. And then at the end of the year in November, we will have what we call Legal Excellence Week, which we hosted for the first time last November during the pandemic. And we're hoping that it will be in person this fall. And what we've done is take some of our signature events, such as our Solo and Small Firm Summit, our Advanced Business Institute, Real Property, Family Law, putting those together into one full week of programs. And we had a very great response last year. And so we're going to do the same this year and hope to be in person. And it's a great opportunity to, again, stay connected and just have that week of learning. And Judge Skurdy, if you're here, I wonder if you wanted to chat a little bit about some of these, which have become your signature events, the coffee chats and the cooking connections. Oh, if you could just unmute, President Skurdy.
Oops, thank you. That's, it's never a Zoom call unless you tell somebody to unmute. This has been something that I've really enjoyed doing throughout the year, and it's become quite popular, and that is our cooking connections. Many of our sections committees, our board of governors, we meet at restaurants throughout the year, and we've been unable to do so for obvious reasons, and we wanted to show our support to the restaurant industry out there. And so we came up with a cooking connection program where we do a cooking class for an hour and a half. And so the chefs from around our state provide menus and recipes, and you can buy the ingredients ahead of time and sign on and cook along with us. We always have a signature cocktail to go along with it. We've had folks from Western Maryland, Bavarian Meal. We've had Chesapeake cooking from John Shields at the Gertrude's here in Baltimore City. We've got one coming up on April, I think it's April 6th, and that is to be with Jerry Edwards from Manor Tavern up in northern Baltimore County. And then last one will be down in southern Maryland. So come join us. It's a lot of fun. It's free of charge. And there is a charity component. If you want to donate to one of the charitable groups, promote it, you're welcome to do so, but you're not required to. We've actually had a lot of good fun with it.
Would you also like to give an update on your coffee chats?
Sure. So the coffee chat is the first Wednesday of each month. So the next one coming up will be on April the 7th. And that one will have the managing partners of the major law firms will be getting together and just talking about what looks like in their firms as far as summer associates, just space and leasing and issues that are important to the large law firm. So I hope you can join us. Again, it's free of charge, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Come with your cup of coffee. And then the last one will be the first week of May, that Wednesday, May the 5th. And we'll have our chief judges, Chief Judge Morrissey at the District Court, Chief Judge Pack, the Office of Administrative Hearings, and Chief Judge Bredar from the U.S. District Court. So come join us on that date as well. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have a number of member resources and benefits that are available to you here at this part of the website. And I've just listed a few here. At the beginning of the call, I was just speaking with Mary Beth about FastCase, which is a legal research and legal news service that's available. And that is easily accessible from our website, and FastCase is all over the country. And it's a great legal resource and tool that you can access directly from our website. They also have a news component, Law Street Media. And you can see here, there are also some practice management portals that are available, such as Clio, Cosmolex. There are some subscription discounts that you can receive for the Daily Record. We have a relatively new partner, iKeyVault, that offers password protection and some storage space as well that's fully safe and secure. And then we have some benefits that are available, such as insurance through our TriBridge partners and VelaPoint. And then we have a networking partner called Treble, which provides an app where you can directly connect and share what you can offer to a peer and what you're looking for. And it's a great way that you can connect and also give some information. So it's a two-way street in terms of networking. We also provide a digital yearly lawyer's manual that is a comprehensive directory. so that you can find fellow members, you can find information on court agencies, and that's updated periodically throughout the year, and it's available, and it's a member benefit that's there for you. And there are many more benefits. I just listed a few here, so feel free to go onto the member discounts page and you can get all of that information directly. And really, to get the most out of your experience, particularly during these times when we're all at home, is to check out our website and just go directly to our website and scroll through, and you can see all of this is really available at your fingertips. And we're updating information there constantly. And if you look up here, there's this toolbar at the top, this black toolbar, and that'll let you access some things that immediately you might want to check out, such as our MSBA calendar. You can click through, you can see all different kinds of events that are coming up, such as the coffee chats, cooking connections that President Skrty mentioned, as well as section events and general MSBA events. There's also a member directory that's available there, and the quick link to Fastcase is also available there. And then if you click into this section for members, you'll be able to access a lot of the resources that we talked about earlier, such as the Learning Library, different sections, the Health and Wellness portal, and the Bar Journal, and our weekly newsletter. You can also access all these additional resources at this section for members. And then if you click into the Learning tab, here's where you can see our CLE catalog, our featured events, our calendar. That Learning Library is also available here. And then we have some MSBA specific reports that are updated that you can also access. So really encourage you to spend some time on the website, just familiarizing yourself with all of the content we have to offer. And as we've talked about some of these signature events, such as the annual meeting and Legal Excellence Week, if these are programs that you're interested in attending, and if you're interested in obtaining additional CLEs, maybe you have a CLE requirement, or maybe you just want to have access to all of that great content, I would encourage you to consider upgrading to this Passport membership, which allows you to access all of this extra information for CLEs. And as I said, gives you complimentary access to these 2 signature events. Also have free section membership, and we have different discounts for Passport members throughout the year. So we started this last year, and people have really benefited from this because they've been able to attend these great events, whether virtual or in person, and to have a lot of CLE options.
Shelley, I just want to mention, if you go back to that slide, it's not $695 a month. That's the total cost.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it should be per year. Apologies. And then we hope that you will follow us on social media. So as I said, we have a lot of different ways that we stay connected with all of you. So we send emails, we have your MSBA Connect, and we have your section members that might reach out to you directly. But social media is really a quick way to know what's going on, what the latest events are. So we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. So we hope that you will check us out and start following. And lastly, I just wanted to share that if you have any general questions about membership, whether it's registering for an event, logging in, or just understanding different aspects of your account, I've provided here the information for our membership team, and they're always available and ready to help with whatever you need. And if you have any questions or just suggestions, you can also feel free to contact me directly, and I'd love to chat with you and get to know you and learn what it is that you want out of your MSBA membership. So I thank you all for allowing me to walk through some of these benefits. And I think I'll turn it back to you, Judge Skrty, if you'd like to share any other comments and maybe see if people have posted in the chat.
Great, thank you, Shelley. Just a couple things I want to mention. Shelley did a great presentation. Thank you for covering a lot of the various benefits that we have. Things that we are working on, it's important to know, is that we're working on getting group health insurance for our members. That's something that we're going through. It may require some legislative work, but that is something on the horizon to be able to provide group health insurance benefits across the board. That'll help bring down the cost for our memberships. Also, we are continuing to work on the standard bar card which is the ID identification card. We're coming up with a model with a chip that will be hopefully recognized and utilized at many of the courthouses across the state. Something that our members tell us that, look, I wish we could have a card to be able to go through a TSA line at the courthouses, not necessarily bypass security, but to have sort of a quicker prioritization through the courthouses when they're coming and going. So there's a lot of issues that we are working on the ground. What quick thing on governance of our association, our board of governors is made up of members of the board who are from various districts across the state. They represent various counties and they are there for you to reach out to help bring issues to the board of governors that are meaningful or something of importance in your particular locale. I'm also very proud that we work very hard with our local specialty bar associations across the state. Many of the local bars, we actually provide services for and host their meetings on our platform. So we have a great relationship with the local county bars, as well as the specialty bars throughout our state. So we're very rich and vibrant. One thing that Shelley mentioned in the beginning, and I'm curious to hear your feedback if you all have some, and that is one of the proposals that is being made to our Board of Governors to be considered at our retreat next month is to provide for one membership fee, you get your CLE up to the 90 minutes on demand free of charge, continuing, plus one section so that you would not have a surcharge added on if you wanted to join a section. We thought this would be a great way for members to be able to join a section of their choice at no additional cost and to become more engaged in a particular area that might be of interest to them. So, we're looking at ways that we can enhance and continue to enhance the value of your membership. We are probably the second or third lowest voluntary bar association dues in the country, which is phenomenal. When I look at other states around the country and what the bar association dues are, ours are far, far lower, but yet we provide a tremendous amount of, I think, value. And I hope you'll agree with me on the value that we provide for our membership. Also, Maryland is a non-mandatory bar. So, it takes a little extra to have you continue to be a member and stay a member with us because you're not required to be a member. And we just hope we can convince you and your colleagues that the Maryland State Bar is the place to be. So I'll open it up for questions, comments, thoughts. Please let me know. Thank you, David.
And I know people may be multitasking because I know we're in the lunch hour. So we'll leave it open a little bit longer if anybody wants to chime in, but just know that you can always reach out to us at any time. And also, if you have any general feedback, you can always message us at feedback@msba.org. And we get a lot of good feedback that way during the vaccine advocacy campaign. We had members, Judge Skirty, I think, emailing us every hour of the day and night, just really sharing their experiences. So it's a great way that we can hear your voice.
Let me ask this question. Anyone that has recently joined, has not been a member, tell us a little bit why you thought about joining the MSBA and what, if anything, have you seen so far? Anybody?
Well, I'll take a shot at it. This is Kathleen O'Connor. I am a recent retiree. I spent 30 years with the Department of Justice in DC and overseas. So I've retired from DOJ, and I passed the Maryland bar, but I never became, my membership, my bar license never was really active because my DC license was active. And I never was part of MSBA. But now that I'm retired, I'm thinking about how I can give back to the community. I'm living down on the shore, and I'm thinking about volunteering my services, or however I can get involved to give back. So I'm starting off with a mediation course, but I'm also thinking about, how I could perhaps do some pro bono work representing, I don't know. I just don't know how I can serve, but I'd like to do that.
Well, thank you, Kathleen. We're glad to hear the options that you have. I did a lot of mediation for years, and it was very, very rewarding, particularly day of trial down at the district court level. So that's great to hear. I see in the chat box some folks have joined because of the CLEs that we offer. Any other comments?
I'll
Good.
go.
Oh,
Sure.
Go ahead.
no, please go ahead. It's okay.
You jumped in before me, so.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Attorney Satterfield, Shakria Satterfield. I'm a former Baltimore City public defender. Good afternoon, Judge Skirty.
Yeah.
I actually was a member complimentary when I first passed the Maryland bar, but I'm interested in continuing my membership. And I originally did not do an orientation, but I happened to get an email saying that I was new, even though I'm technically not, but it's all right. But I was excited to hear about things that I had not heard about before, such as Fast Case and iKey. I'm excited about that as I roll into my own private practice. So I'm anxious to delve into those resources that MSBA is working on. And I was particularly interested in how you all are advocating to try to get group healthcare. And I think that that is amazing. So I'm very appreciative of all that MSBA offers.
Thank you, Ms. Satterfield. It's good to see you back.
Yes.
All right.
Good to see you too as well.
So my name is Don Quinn, and I am, in a sense, a baby lawyer because I just finished going to law school and getting through the bar process and got admitted to DC. And hopefully this is the week that I get my letter admitting me to Maryland. That's the big hope. But this is a second career for me. After spending 20 years in the marketing world, I decided to go to law school. So one thing I do know is that community is critically important to any professional field, whether it's for your mental health, whether it's for CLEs, whether it's just getting together for a drink after a long day with a friend and somebody who speaks the same language. And so that's the major reason why I decided to join early, is to be able to build that community.
Thank you. And good luck with getting that letter done. Nothing better than getting that in the mail and you opening up and say congratulations. So we wish you luck there. But, you also bring up a point about, being able to sit down with someone for a drink and just to bounce things off of. And that the camaraderie, the ability to meet someone and talk to someone in another jurisdiction about a particular legal matter you might be struggling with, or a case that you have, or a situation involving a particular judge is really valuable. I could tell you, I learned a lot from folks I would call in other jurisdictions and say, hey, I've got this scenario, and just kind of bounce things off of. And it's the connections to MSBA. I've never had a situation when I was in private practice where I reached out to someone and, and through our MSBA connections or sitting on a committee or a section, they were extremely generous with their time. Any other thoughts or comments?
I'm Mary Beth. I'm one of the, paralegals that have recently joined. I really appreciate you opening it up to the paralegal profession so that we can kind of interact with each other. So, and I'm excited as well to look at the Fast Case.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we've got over 120 paralegal members, which is fantastic. And we want to see that number grow. It's really a very important part of our profession, and I'm glad to hear that the feedback has been positive. We have a task force that's going to be making recommendations to us on what things that we can do to enhance your experience.
I will just second that. As a paralegal of 35 years, I'm really excited to be part of the MSBA. I've always, heard about it through the partners I work with, and have, somewhat peripherally been involved with some of the partners who've written actually books and articles for MSBA's website. But to quite honestly, I joined because one of the partners in my firm asked me to join. And I'm really excited to be part of the task force this year to see what develops with paralegals. So thank
That's
you.
great. Thank you. Anyone else?
I'll go ahead. My name is
Sure.
Caitlin. I am a current 1L, so barely a lawyer. As entering 1L year in a pandemic has been really challenging with being able to connect with classmates and other attorneys and networks. So I decided to join the Bar Association to be able to meet other attorneys, just really learn more about the legal profession.
Great, Caitlin, thank you. Good luck with your studies.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jill Skysa. I was recently admitted to the bar in December. And I have been a member. I've been a student member all my law school career. So Caitlin, it's a great thing that you're doing that now. I just found it really helpful, even the emails from the different sections that I belong to, and just seeing what other attorneys are bouncing ideas off each other. And it's just a great learning opportunity. And I've done a lot of the CLEs, even as a law student. And I need to renew my membership because it expires in exactly 3 hours. But I don't know how to do, I'm still the student, which I love free, but I know I'm no longer a student. So I sent an email to figure that all out, but it's a great community. And I'm very thankful for all of you efforts and putting this together for all of us.
Thank you. We appreciate that very much. And, you know, it's important for us to know if there's a particular issue or an idea that you have that you can, because you're on the ground floor. I mean, you're in the trenches, out in the courts, in the law firms, in private practice, solo practice, to be able to say, hey, it'd be really nice if we had X, something to add to enhance the value of your membership. And that's really how many of our programs and our sort of the additional value added stuff that we've put together has come into play. But you all have had ideas. I mean, this is your membership. This isn't my membership. It's not Shally's membership. This is your membership. And, you know, we work very hard to make sure that we give you what you're looking for and that we're responsive to the needs of our profession, because we do cover a wide range of folks from all over the state. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the big benefits is that we've had the greatest participation of attorneys in the far reaches of the state, Western Maryland, Eastern Shore, Southern Maryland, who have never really had the opportunity because they thought it was strictly Baltimore or Montgomery County focused, and they'd had to drive 2 hours to for a 2-hour meeting. And just economically, that doesn't always make sense. And one of the things that our Board of Governors has passed this year is that we are going to basically ask our sections and committees to have at least half of their meetings remote, so that we recognize there's such a tremendous value of meeting in person, but there's also a tremendous value that we have our members be able to participate that otherwise may not have the ability to travel 2.5 hours to attend a dinner meeting, particularly during rush hour. And that makes it very challenging at times. Anything further? Well, I'm going to sign off, Shally. I'm going to turn it back to you to kind of wrap this up. Again, I want to thank you for your membership. I'm available. Please feel free to reach out to myself or to Shally or any of the members of our Board of Governors. We really appreciate your membership and involvement. I look forward to seeing you all. I got to get ready for bail review. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And thanks to everyone who joined. There's a lot of great comments here, so I'm glad that this was helpful and that you continue to stay engaged. As I said, please check out our website. Make sure that your profile is updated and that you're able to receive all of the latest updates from us. If you have any questions, just contact our membership team, reach out to me directly, and we'll get you squared away. But it's really great to see all of you and hope to continue all these positive connections. Take care.